Hey guys, and welcome to April 2012 for my TF2 Frag movies of 2012 reviews. So, yes, I'm gonna try to keep on pumping these out one at a time, and hopefully I'll end in a week's time, and I'll have everything up hopefully by Christmas, so long as people don't decide to release more movies after Christmas. So, all right, let's start this April forward. This is March was the last video in which Vanilla TV stopped their review. I mean, Cube was too busy to continue, so this should be new for everyone. So this should be very exciting. And man, April, this is a big month, so let's get started with number 5 of April, and that movie is The Journey by xTime. This movie, I mean, xTime, he had released a movie a month before, last month, but it wasn't enough to get in for me. I mean, that was his first movie. I think it was his first movie a couple of months ago. This is, I believe, his second big film, The Journey, and he's, like you saw before, he's doing it for Zeta Designs and X Television. He's from what you see from the movie, looks like he's just still learning just a bit about getting his way around. The movie's not completely smooth. It's got all the elements that makes a movie. He's got the close-up smooth, he's got the third persons, he's got the syncing, but it's just not quite there yet. He's still just kind of following what everyone else is doing, and then just putting it together. So I'm just hoping after a while it's not so much about the editing, but developing your own style now. So it's a good start by xTime, and it'll be interesting to see what else he has in the future. So moving on to number 4, we have Late Blossom by NAF, and it's inspired by Transantic's Internicide, and which wasn't the best movie, I guess. Back in the day, it was everyone knows Transantic and his shaky cam type of play style, and that movie kind of got shunned a bit by all these. I remember a random part and green skyboxes and all this and that. This song has been used before. I guess it was used quite a while ago by Kurats from Solid Studio in Silhouette number 1, and that was in 2010, so I don't exactly blame NAF for not knowing it, since he's a bit of a newer editor. But any time that a song is being used again in a TF2 movie, I will point it out, because I've pretty much seen every single movie. Okay, in regards to NAF, usually I'm not the biggest fan of his editing style, because he's got a lot of stop-start with the music, especially to every single beat. He'd actually stop-start a lot of the clips, and I guess in this movie he's done well with a lot of the smooths. It's the colors he does well, and all that. But he's still got this kind of editing style of his that it's been toned down a bit from his previous works. So I enjoyed this a bit more. But kind of like Kla in 2011, when the editing was just a bit too much. I think if he tones it down by 30%, 30 to 50%, just tone down the editing. I mean, he can still have his style and his editing, but it's just a bit too much, and it's kind of based on, his fans like it, and there are some people that just don't quite like it. But yeah, overall, it's a strong movie by him. Which moves on us to another movie. I mean, all these movies are so strong, and I guess it is surprising to see that, Epsilon TF2, a Team Fortress 2 movie by Freezer, comes in at number 3. I mean, this movie is good enough to be number one in any other month. But yeah, just unfortunately, it comes in a month that's extremely strong. Freezer, I mean, I've reviewed so many of his movies already. He knows what he's doing. So you can expect, great. I mean, Epsilon, great, best team. They won I-43, so the Frags are going to be good. Freezer, he knows his way around everything. So I guess the only thing now that you're wanting from, I guess, the best team from Europe is that they have a movie. I guess we're expecting the bar has been set so high with Phantom that we're expecting something like that now. And I guess maybe is that expecting too much? I mean, this shows all of Epsilon's roster just with ridiculous highlights. I guess the only thing that we want now is teamwork. Instead of a highlight of all the like incredible individuals, you want to see incredible teamwork. And I guess the only thing the problem with this movie was, I think there was a clip that was STV, and at the moment, now that I know how to fix it, having one STV footage out of all of them, I know it's from I-43 land. No, it wasn't STV. Yes, there was STV footage, and there was also a clip in which the commentators were talking, and I kind of hoped that Shockey would have had his life bar up, because that would have made it just a bit more epic. And we got a really good movie coming at number 3, so we know that number 2's got to be good. And number 2, Back to the Roots. Now this really came out of nowhere. Back to the Roots by Recluse, and really it's going so high because of the uniqueness of it. I mean, and just look at the effort. It's the Quake weapon models, replacing the rocket launcher, replacing the shotgun. He's replaced crits with quad damage. He's even got the gauntlet in there. So, and he's got the not really the HUD, but he's done his best to just make this Quake, and just kudos to him. I guess the only thing that people found the problem was the font of the frag notices, but once again, just killer frags by great middies, sprees, everything all over the place. He's even got those the excellent thing and defense. Look at it like that. I mean, that's just so much effort into it. It's amazing. Even the skybox has been changed so that it's got that kind of dullish grey brown color that Quake usually has. And I'm not the biggest Quake guy, so here's the quad damage, which is just brilliantly done. I guess the weapon models could have just been done a bit better, but overall, I mean, if I was an even bigger Quake fan, I mean, this would even be much better. But just from my point of view, in an editing point of view, it's done really well, and the idea is just creativity, and creativity for me is just usually up there. And if it's pulled off to any degree of what it wants to achieve, then it gets massive ticks from me. So Back to the Roots by Recluse comes in at number 2 now. Really, what can beat that? And really, it is Bones from Boneyard Production with the last of the Land Trilogy, I-43. So I guess his second movie in the trilogy, I guess I wasn't the biggest fan of it because it was didn't seem epic enough compared to his first one. This one brings back the kind of epicness that Bones is known for, and this intro just really sets it up right. And I've always talked about land footage and how it's not done so well, but this high quality stuff, great intro. He's got this theme going, and I guess that's the only downside that I found to this movie, was that he's gotten this kind of techish theme, but he just hasn't carried it through the movie. A couple of personal pet peeves in this movie, once again, is STV footage, so the kill notices just not being highlighted, and the dreaded cough timer. So that was just the only negatives to this movie. So really, just Bones has done it again with the Land movie, and it tops out this month, a month that just has so many strong entries. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And once again, all the links to all the movies will be down at the bottom. There's that goddamn cost timer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks to everyone that's left behind comments. I'm still going to do this even if no one watches it, because it's just making my life a bit easier. And I'm just going overboard with time again. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in May.